So in this video, I'm going to be going over an example from the React.js docs because this is a common problem you may run into when using hooks in React. So I have an example piece of code right here from the docs in Code Sandbox, and what it is a counter that we are storing in the state. And then we have this function here called handle alert click, and what it does is when this function is called, it calls set timeout. And the function that gets called is an alert, which displays what the user, how many times the user has counted, and it waits 3 seconds to do so. And then here we're just displaying a div and the count we can see here, and then 2 buttons. We can click on click me, and this will increment the count, and then we can click on show alert, and that will show the amount that we've clicked. All right, so here it says 4, and you can see it has clicked 4. Cool. So what is the problem or the situation you may run into with code similar to this? Well, the idea is if I click show alert and then I click this a couple times, you'll notice we have incremented to 8, but show alert or the alert says 4 here, which you may find very odd at first because we are displaying the value of count here, right? And so if I click on this more and I say show alert, what you'll notice is it's at 12. If I increment it a couple times, the value that I click show alert at is actually the value that's going to be shown here. And so the reason for that is the way that this is set up right here. So the terminology you may have heard, or the jargon that you've heard around this, is called a closure. So what is happening here is this count variable we are getting outside of the scope up here from the use state. And basically what's happening is when I click show alert, it is capturing the value of count at that moment. And so whatever that value is, it's going to call that function with that value when the timeout is called. Now, the way to resolve this is by sticking it in a ref, which we're going to look at in a second. But the first thing that the docs talk about is you need to check and see whether you actually want the count, how you want it to work. Do you want it to work where it has the latest value of the state, or do you want it to work where you capture the value whenever it is clicked and such forth? All right, so what if we want the latest value? How can we do this? Well, we can then use the useRef hook. And when we do that, say useRef, and we're going to say countRef. And the idea is we're going to store the value of count inside of a reference value. So to do this, we are going to say useRef. Now we can set a default value of 0, and then we're going to say countRef is equal to count, and we're going to say countRef.current. So now inside of our timeout here, instead of the value of count, we can say countRef.current. All right. So we're going to save this, and now we can run it over here. So I click this twice, we're at 2. I'm going to click show alert, and I will click it to 6, and we can see what the value is when it comes up here, and you'll see it is 6 and not 2. So cool. So that is one way we can get around it, is by storing the value in a ref. Now you may be wondering, why did this work? Why did the thing before not work? Well, the reason is we are keeping track of this reference, and it is the same reference across the value. The value we're actually updating here is the reference, and we are grabbing the reference here. So that is the key difference, is we're getting a reference to the value. So this is something that also comes up in situations where you may be using useEffect. That is more of where I've come across this problem. So I want to show an example of that. So we're going to say useEffect here. And okay, cool, it imported it for me. Close these. And so in useEffect, here you may be connecting to a WebSocket, you may be connecting to an API, you may be doing some async operation. So in this case, we are just going to do timeout, but note this is really happens for any async operation. So I'm going to just comment this out. And so here, instead of a ref, we're going to comment out our ref and just say count here. So this is kind of a similar thing. You'll notice we have a little bit of an ESLint thing come up here, which we'll talk about in a second. But basically, we are doing an async operation on the first render. In this case, creating a set timeout, and then we're displaying what the count is. All right, so if I trigger this by just making a change, and we click on this a couple times, and then the thing comes up, we can notice it says you clicked on it 0 times, even though it says 4 here. So it is a similar problem. And again, we can solve this in a similar manner by saying countRef.current. Okay, click on that a couple times, wait for it to pop up, and we can say you clicked on it 5 times. Now the other thing to note is it's good to have an ESLint rule because this will help you catch things, at least with the useEffect. So if we hover over this, you'll see the React Hook useEffect has a missing dependency. And so what it means by that is you'll notice we're using the count variable here, which is up here in this scope, but we did not specify it as a dependency here. So you can see we can put the value of count there, but that is not really what we want to do to solve the problem, because now every time the count increments, it is creating another timeout. So if I do this 4 times, for example, we're now going to get 4 alerts, or I guess really just 3 alerts, because I did it 3 clicks. So just keep note that is the difference there, and you have to be mindful of how you actually want it to function. Do you want to create a async operation every time the count changes, or just get the value of count at the current point, in which case you'd use this? Let's get rid of that. So there you go. That is an example that I wanted to cover. Let me know if you have any questions below, and if you've run into any of these complex situations before.